Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the NBC29 Digital Desk. Let's take a look at the top stories trending over on NBC29.com this morning. At number 1, state police investigating a homicide in Culpeper County. At number 2, a board getting an update on the Home Depot project for Albemarle County. And at number 3, state police investigating a fatal crash in Nelson County. Well, a man is in custody after barricading himself inside a home in Culpeper County. Police say law enforcement responded to an apartment complex on Friendship Way around 7 o'clock last night after a report of a domestic dispute involving gunfire. When they attempted to reach a woman inside who had called 911, police say the man began firing a gun at them. Authorities determined the woman inside was dead and began negotiating with the suspect. He was taken into custody just before 4 o'clock this morning without further incident. A shelter-in-place order that was in place for neighbors has been lifted. This Saturday will be UVA's first home football game since the deaths of 3 football players. There are plans to honor and remember Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry. A tree planting ceremony will take place at 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. Then on game day, family members and friends of the players will join the team in the Wahoo Walk. That starts at 9:45 on Whitehead Road. There's also a special pregame ceremony set for 11:30. Folks attending the game are encouraged to wear orange. The first 35,000 fans in attendance will get UVA Strong t-shirts. Albemarle County Fire Rescue will use $7 million from FEMA to hire, train, and deploy 30 full-time firefighters. The money comes from the SAFER grant program. It aims to help local fire departments comply with national standards. 14 of the new positions will be used to establish 24/7 coverage in the southern part of the county. The other 16 will staff a ladder truck based at the Monticello station. Over the next few months, applicants will go through tests and interviews. They could begin serving next year. And finally this morning, we're getting a better idea of what Albemarle County's planned Home Depot location on the Fashion Square Mall site will look like. The review board says the store will take the place of the old Sears building. Last year, Home Depot bought a large portion of the mall, as you know, and as of now, there is no start date for construction.
Yeah, well, I'm glad something's happening there at the
Yeah.
mall, so that's always good. Okay, so talking about burnout. Cities in the country that people feel the most overworked. So the most overworked cities, number 1, not far to the north, Washington, D.C. I was kind of surprised Denver and Austin, but Minneapolis, Dallas, Boston, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, Indianapolis, and then Baltimore. So D.C. has one of the highest rates of workers who put in more than 50 hours per week, so normal work week, it was 40. And Vegas, on the other hand, was found to have was one of the least overworked cities. So move to Vegas. But if you are feeling overworked, beware the possibility of burnout and those symptoms to look out for: complete exhaustion, cynicism, and disconnection with respect to your job, feeling doubtful about your own competency. So.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised by Denver, Austin. You don't necessarily associate them with being like overworked cities.
Right, even Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
You know.
But DC, I guess, doesn't really surprise me.
No.
I mean, you've got the politicians that get all the attention, but you've got a lot of people working on Capitol Hill.
Yep, government workers.
Yeah. And that's not even including the people that just actually work and live in DC.
Yeah,
so.
right. And the traffic, though, is painful. So, but yeah, they work a lot. More than 40 hours a week. So, interesting. Okay. Pizza. So,
Great
you know,
topic.
it all comes down to the crust.
Yes.
You know, so evidently Yelp did this poll, and there's a vast majority, according to this map, of Americans prefer the New York style pizza. You got a few places, the Neapolitan pizza, and then the Chicago, you know, that deep dish pizza, and then other. I don't really know what other would be, but I was kind of like, well, what's the difference between a New York style pizza and a Neapolitan pizza? You know, the Chicago, we know, is the deep dish. The only thing that I have been able to, reading and even watching videos of the two side by side, the crust on the Neapolitan is more of this bubbly kind of, creates bigger bubbles, which I like. But I also like the New York pizza style. So they're both thin crust.
Yeah. So do you prefer New York or Chicago?
Oh, New York.
Yeah, New York definitely.
I'm not a big deep dish.
When I think of pizza, I definitely, that's the first thing that comes to mind is the New York style pizza, not the Chicago style.
Yeah, you kind of have to have like that nice thin, crispy but crunchy, but then also a little gooey bite. It's a fine line.
Yeah, but people in Chicago will defend their pizza.
Yeah, I mean I've had it. Obviously, it's good. It's a lot for me.
Yeah.
I like the thin and crispy.
And you recently made your own pizza, didn't you?
I did. I made my own dough on Friday with the kids, and it's the first time I've ever made my own pizza dough.
Yeah.
And it was a little too Chicago-like, if you will. So I'm going to fine tune that and get it more to the New York style. But it was still really good. The kids were like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, I mean pizza's pizza at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was a win. It was a win. So, all right, take a look at this. This is Peanut, and Peanut is 21 years old. She is the world's oldest chicken. So, for more than 2 decades after Peanut was peeled from her shell in 2002, that's kind of funny. She's still hanging out with Marcy Parker, and she is the oldest turkey, or rather chicken. So, she loves to snack on grapes, the occasional banana.
Bananas.
Yeah. So.
I wonder how long the average lifespan of a chicken is.
I don't know. It's funny. I've never thought of it until I saw this story about Peanut.
Huh, I don't know.
So.
But we'll see how long Peanut lasts, how long she clings on for.
I wonder if she still lays eggs.
I don't know. I'm sure at some point, eventually,
that would stop.
I don't know, maybe. I'm not a chicken expert here. So, as you can tell, neither one of us are chicken experts.
Neither one of us are.
Experts,
no. So anyway, there you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer. It's another hot one out there today. So make sure you stay cool out there. Keep your chickens cool as well if you have any. We've got a high of 99 today, hot and humid, but things are going to start cooling down by the end of the week with highs in the 80s. And then this weekend, it looks like we are building in that shower storm chance. Actually, Friday through Sunday, we've got that chance with, again, the temperatures cooling down from this September scorcher we've got out there. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon. And remember, we're always live on the NBC29 News app.